Go to the Lord in prayer and we'll have a pledge. Praise God, our Heavenly Father, again, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your many, many blessings. Excuse me. And Heavenly Father, we just ask that you would be with our employees. We want to lift them up to you. We ask for protection over them. We ask, Lord, that you'll give us the knowledge and wisdom to make the right decision for the county. We ask this in Jesus' name.
So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right. Dutch and myself in person, Jason's on Zoom. And Lauren and Luke's here. Do you have anything from that we need?
Adding to the agenda, there was some correspondence. The West Virginia Corrections and Rehabilitation sent a credit memo. The Public Service Commission, we did not get the letter, but we got the check this time. Last time we got the letter, well, we put a check. The Development Authority sent the equipment board members, and I believe for the next meeting, we need to discuss setting up the Board of Equalization dates. And I'll talk to them about that.
Okay, for a motion to approve the agenda. So moved.
Second.
Okay, thank you, Jason. I approve that also. All right, minutes from the previous meeting. Have you guys got an opportunity to read them?
I sent these in multiple texts. There was October 14th was the last regular meeting. Then we had a special meeting on October 20th. Then catching up on my meetings from back in December 18th, December 20th, and January 2nd. That's when the office was being relocated. And then those I all emailed. Printed the copies there too. January 14th are the ones that we need for the courthouse facilities improvement. They need those ASAP. I'm getting the video off the loop today to finish those up tonight. If I can email them to you tomorrow, if we can get approval on those, because we need it for the courthouse facilities improvement.
I have been waiting for that check and I talked to Shelley today, not from First United, not from the auditor's office, but from courthouse facilities. And they will not release that check until we have the minutes, and it's for $60,000.
61,000.
Just looking back at the notes, there was the one from the last meeting. Roger made the motion for one of the December ones and then he seconded it. I don't think he can do that. It just, I think I seconded it.
Okay.
The December, though, it had December something in there.
Well, it's not the 18th.
The December 3rd meeting, it made a motion, Roger made the motion to make it.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it has Commissioner Leatherman made a motion to approve December 3rd regular meeting minutes with corrections. Commissioner Leatherman seconded the motion, so it has him
Oh,
approving and second.
I mean, we know he's got a split personality.
the first page.
Approval of minutes.
October.
Oh, I'm
15th.
looking at, okay. Yeah, because we did them in different bundles. Whitlock, Leatherman. Whitlock,
Which one are you?
Leatherman.
Very
Okay.
first, October 14th, right here, and then very last one. Leatherman made the motion to approve December 3rd regular meeting minutes with corrections.
Which
Commissioner
one did the
Leatherman
motion, which one
seconded.
seconded for the 3rd then? I have to look at my notes.
Roger made the motion, I seconded.
Okay. But we usually do them all in one bundle, but that time we did 3 different motions.
Yes.
You're talking to.
You got a better memory than I got, I'll tell you that right now, 'cause I made it 2 seconds. I paid attention to both stuff. Joe, before you leave, I gotta talk to you. Just give you a heads up. I wanna protect this.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's what this.
do we want to do these separate too?
You can make a motion on all the ones that were completed, but the January 14th ones, I have them right here, but they're not completed. Because I have to listen to the video to get some gaps.
So the October 20th one, the special meeting, the only issue I have there,
So you have to figure that out.
okay, Any issue I have there is that we had posted for an administrator job, everything been administrator. And here you have several times listed in your coordinator/administrator.
Yeah.
I don't see the need to have a coordinator in there as well, just put administrator. And although it's hard to remember what went on, what transpired 11 months ago.
You watch the videos on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I lived through it once and I gotta live through it again.
Yeah, that's what I had to do, because my notes weren't the greatest right then, because that's when we were moving, so I was having to watch every bit of that video.
I've read through the ones that you emailed.
I was like, why is it a 2 hour long meeting? I might have been taking 5 hours, 6 hours to do a 2 hour meeting.
Yeah. My other question was, all these have Jerry Wisner president.
Well, December was president.
Yeah. So is he going to come back and sign all these?
I can actually put underneath that, approved date, and then have Roger underneath it. How about that? Approved,
That's,
what is today, 10/28/25, and then put Roger. So with each one of those, like under here, I'll do approved and then put Roger as president underneath it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's legal.
That's a good point, 'cause
Sure, Jerry would come back.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I had some notes here. Oh,
Appointments, I need.
yeah. Appointments for,
The board appointments, is that what you were gonna ask too?
well, this year, the committee appointments?
Yeah, committee appointments,
What do you mean?
the January 2nd.
Well, you have them in here.
Well, no, that was as they were, that's as they were, and just changed Jerry to Jason. And then the only change that was said on the video was that, he took livestock and you took West
Yes.
Virginia Corp.
Yes.
And that was the only change that was noted on the video.
Yes, and that's the way it was.
Okay, so they are right then?
Yeah, other than we have listed on here WV Corporate Insurance Board. That's not appointed by the commissioners, that's voted on by the board.
Right, but you are a representative on that board.
Yeah.
It's not a committee appointment, no.
Okay.
Nor there's a couple others that are not either, like Potomac Valley Hospital.
And then it has up here like President Leatherman presented the committee appointments, and that's part of them, and that's not a committee appointment.
So yeah, there's a couple of them in here that aren't, that you're on, but you're not appointed by the commission. So yeah, we could take those off then and just leave them on our boards and appointments. Cause actually the North-South Highway Committee,
And Jason's not on the hospital board either.
no, that was a Jerry thing.
Yeah,
But you did switch the livestock.
yes, did switch to livestock. He has livestock.
Yes.
Yeah, this was just my prior list and I just copy and pasted it over because I didn't have one that was actually from the meeting. And then just what I could pick up on the video was that was the only change I heard was livestock committee in West Virginia board.
Okay. So I will make a motion to approve with the corrections. The October 14th. The October 20th special meeting. The December 18th, 2024 regular meeting. And the January,
December 20th.
have December, is it a work session?
Special session.
Yeah, December
That was-
20th, special session. And then the January 2nd meeting.
Okay, I do actually see a correction when I flipped over to the December 20th special, at the very, very top. I have special in the paragraph, but I had regular meeting at the top. So
Okay, well, I said regular then.
That's a special. Make sure.
So I'll make a motion to approve those meetings with the corrections that has been stated.
And I'll second
And then we will,
January 14th ones are not completed because I had my notes, but there were gaps. So I need to listen to the video to, like, the amphitheater portion. I didn't get any of it with my notes.
do we need to wait for the next meeting, or do you want, can we do
Well,
an approval with them pending?
Pending, and I can email them to you.
Okay.
Probably not tonight, it'll probably be tomorrow.
Cause if we don't have the minutes, I mean, what'll happen is we're just gonna have to transfer the money out of general county to pay the final pay app, and then we'll just put the money back into general county. It won't be the end of the world, but and, cause at this point also, that's probably all we have to do anyways, cause I doubt we're gonna get that check prior to closing at this point, but I mean, it's up to you all, however you wanna proceed. But I do really need them.
I think we better just wait until we have the minutes
Okay,
and then, I mean, that's my opinion.
okay.
There.
Because there was actually 4 meetings in January and 4 commission meetings in February, and then all the board review meetings in February too. So in all, there's like probably about 15 more sets of minutes to do. For the board review and equalization, which are shorter minutes, but still.
Okay, so we got all them in, right?
Yes, sir. That's why I had to watch when I was on my motions that,
Oh, it's hard to keep up.
well, when you're going in a whole different year, I mean, who was even.
Okay, all right, so we got all the minutes taken care of. Public comments, anybody got any public comments? Yes, sir.
You mind?
No, that's what, that's on there for, now you speak your piece.
So I have a couple items I think are general public interest, even perhaps Liz might be interested as well for reporting. Was made aware yesterday via social media that some of the efforts that been working with the Department of Highways, a little bit with the Sheriff's Department, mostly with the schools with regards to Falcon Way and West Virginia 28, that intersection there. Been trying literally since I've been in office to improve the safety there. Get a turn lane put in, get a light put in, all the rest of that. Highway Department reached out to me at the end of last week, told me their plans. As a project manager, when somebody tells me something's more than a week away, I don't try to commit to a date or anything like that, so I wasn't planning on making this a public announcement. But it is now out there in social media, so I wanted to clarify that while the Highway Department's looking to put a stoplight in at Falcon Way and West Virginia 28, I'm working with them to try and do that in a way that doesn't disrupt the normal school process and all the rest of that. So their timeline is for this spring, and of course, Commissioner Staggs is in construction. He probably knows better than most that construction dates often don't get done early. So even though they say they hope to do it in spring, it might not happen even by natural causes till the summer. But again, I'm trying to help them do that in a way that minimizes disruption. If anybody wants, I guess I'll put a little something out there in social media more as well. The other one I did post just this afternoon in social media. You'd have to be hiding to not know that the federal government has a little bit of a funding shutdown going on right now, and that's pain levels going up, and about 270,000 West Virginians are probably going to lose their SNAP benefits starting Saturday, November 1st. Governor Morrissey put out a memo. I put it on my social media page and I shared it with others. But I think for those people that are having issues, and Luke, you and I talked a little bit earlier out there, public guidance and coordination. If you're not familiar, dial 211. If you're, in a food crisis or something like that, or housing or something along those lines, call 211, that hotline, and they'll get you directed in the right direction amongst other places to get help. There's like 42 family resource networks around the state. Additionally, they've already sent within the state $1 million to expedited to food banks last week. There's a statewide matching fund donation drive. They're looking to add 13 million in state special revenue, also matched by private donations. And looks like they're going to use the National Guard to help transport food in rural areas and schools and things like that. There's a lot more detail. That's the summary, but I think the county certainly ought to know that there is a lifeline out there should there be concerns. That's all I had.
Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Anybody else make comments? None? Okay. We'll move along to the correspondence, Sheriff's Department, it's not the Sheriff's Department, the Office of the Sheriff. Sent his September 2025 monthly report up. Yeah. Also, we got, correction, we got a credit memo here for $215.28 from the regional jail. So that was a good thing. And we got another credit memo for $269.20 from the regional jail. And we've also got a wireless fee of $249,908.07. It goes to the 911 center. That the state of West Virginia, so that'll help you guys a little bit.
Well, that increase is not quite what we were expecting, but it's more than what I budgeted, we're fine, but it's not quite what we were expecting. A little
If
less.
you're disappointed, then you can always give us a little bit. Right? We'll take it. Mineral County Development Authority, we appointed a board member.
So their board members are off from what I have. They're like a year ahead on everybody. And I have attached behind that a listing of the board members. So May of 24, they reappointed Ryan, Friend, Ravenscroft, and Delsignor. Their terms weren't to expire till June of 25. And then these individuals here, Bob, Brian, Eagle, Balls, and Taylor, they don't expire till June of 26. So if you want me to go ahead, well, they'll be under appointments, but just let you know, their terms are,
They're not expired yet, they're not up yet.
no, but that's what they did on May of 24, they didn't expire till June of 25. So it's like they're doing 25s and 26s, they're doing them a year ahead.
And it is possible that they're doing that on purpose, or that they've got a list that's,
They had my list, I don't know where things got signed up.
well, maybe they're doing it a year ahead on purpose, just so none of their members expire, I don't know.
I don't know either how to do it, so you're gonna talk to them about that.
Yeah, I mean, well, they did the other ones too, so they're bumped up.
Do
It's a,
I can call. Stephanie
3-year term.
What you guys are doing.
we need to approve these today?
not really, cause they don't expire until,
Well, that's what I'm saying. They don't
June of
expire till
26. so I can work on it and we'll have it on for the next agenda, do that.
Yeah, we got plenty of that, unless you're gonna find out from Stephanie. Okay,
But then there's a couple in there that, 2 of them that are expired in June of 25 that haven't been reappointed.
I don't know. There's another reading, I guess.
Have that on the next one.
yeah, cause according to this, we don't need to do that.
There was only 2 of them that expired,
There's 2 vacancies in there.
yeah, to be,
So
well, that's
they-
when they cut their board down, though, I think, too.
all the,
I'm honest.
I don't know.
I think, I don't know.
I've never really been associated.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they do their appointments a year ahead of time though, because they do try to.
Well, you have it on the next one. Okay, so we'll move on down then to the, old business here. Do we have any board appointments? Then we're going down, update on the courthouse.
Yeah. So it's still underway. It's coming close. Jeremiah is no longer on site. It's just Jake and Donnie. They are basically just working through punch list at this week. Not this week, now. They're working through punch list now. I know there's still a whole lot of items to address. When I spoke to Zach the week before last, he was hoping they would be out of here this week. I haven't spoken to them, but based on my walk around yesterday, I can't imagine they'll be out of there this week. I mean, everything is done, it's just, there's,
Punch list stuff?
yes, so much punch list stuff to take care of, and there's only two guys doing it. So they've got some time left here, hopefully we'll be done very soon. All of our mini splits were serviced. We do that every year anyways because of our pumps and stuff. If they don't get the Royal Air Services our mini splits every year because they're a pump system and they get algae buildup and leak and have all kinds of issues. So during construction, they ran our mini splits and the pumps were a mess, the mini splits were a mess, the high velocity unit was a mess. So Fairchance said this year they would pay for our preventative maintenance and all of the stuff. So they did, it's usually 3,000, it was 4,000 this year because they did an extra unit and some stuff like that. So what we did was we paid it, but then they will credit it on our last pay application.
Okay.
So, bad news on pay applications was reconciling everything. And when I gave you all the last amount that we needed, I don't know if it was the tax office or the clerk's office, I didn't make the number up, I got it from someone, but they said we had 93,612.87 in the account. That number was in fact not an accurate number, we only had 69,000 in the account. And again, I don't know where I got it from, but I certainly didn't just make it up because I don't have the means to get that number other than calling somebody. So with the 13,000 we transferred last time, we have $82,836.79 in the account. We need an additional $16,433.85 to close out the project. Now, it's 20,000 actually, but no, it's 20,000, I'm sorry, it's $20,433.85, that's with the $4,000 credit. Now, when Lauren and I were talking, we put the building commission reserve fund into a certificate of deposit, and it has been gaining interest at a healthy rate for the last 3 years. So it's got pretty close to an additional $20,000 in it that isn't required to be in the fund that just came from built interest. So in order to cover that, I would like to just take the maximum we can out of that reserve fund from the interest, and then whatever else we need out of general county, but we shouldn't need more than 1,000 or 2 out of general county. But again, sorry, like I said, I didn't make that number up, but it was apparently not what was in the account. I don't know where that number came from, but it was a misunderstanding on someone's part when that number was provided. So we need an additional 20,000 to close out the project. And like I said, we can take almost all of that out of the building commission reserve fund because it's CDO things, which I know doesn't help the sting any because we still have to pay it, but at least it's not standard general county funds, it's interest, it's interest earnings.
You want a motion made for that?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be, it's when we get Steve, I'm gonna go close.
I'm going to try to repeat everything. you
So,
said.
I'll make a motion that you take the interest out of the building commission CD, the interest as it was earned, and then whatever else is needed out of general county, the $1,000 or something.
I'll second.
And then I also have pay application 30 here, which will all come from the loan. It will not all come from the loan, the majority will come from the loan. It's for $530,995.96.
That's number 30.
This is number 30, $530,000.
I'm sorry, start again, please.
530-995-96. We should only have one more payout after that one. Here's Stephanie.
That's not the last one?
No, there'll be one more, it's $112,000 after that. But this, hold on one second, Stephanie, I'm sorry. This covers all of the pay applications, this number. So we won't be, like, this isn't, the money I'm asking to transfer doesn't just cover this pay application, it covers the rest of the project.
Okay.
There's one more payout that'll be for $112,087.32, but it'll actually be for 108 because of the $4,000 credit. Hey, real quick question about your board members. Those people's appointments don't expire until June of next year. Are you guys aware of that? And you're just doing it way ahead of time, or? Did you know? Oh. Yeah. We'll send you a picture of Lauren's list that I've got here, but she's the one who just pointed out that we've got, that those people don't expire till June 30th of 26. I don't know, because
I'll get with her.
Lauren said she'll get with you, but I'll send you a picture of this. Okay, I'll tell her to send you an email. Okay, thanks, bye.
You got
They're
anything?
getting her audit this week, so just send her an email. She said she did not, but her, in better terms or messed up, she's not sure.
You got anything else on the courthouse update?
Yeah, that's all I've got.
So I have something I wanna add to this. Did Shelley get hold of you or you yesterday
Yes. Yes.
and asking for financial stuff?
That was sent.
All right, so I had a conversation with Shelley last week. We was talking about some things and I brought up about the USDA loan closing being canceled and I said the construction loan interest that we pay is roughly $24,000 a month. And I said, that'll take a big hit depending on how long this federal government shutdown lasts and when we can get it rescheduled with the way everything looks, the shutdown is gonna last a good while yet, and that, with the holidays coming up, we don't know if we're gonna be able to get the loan closed until January, who knows when it's gonna be. And I asked if there was any way that they could help us with, forgiving some of that interest and maybe helping us out with that. And I said, it's one of them questions that, to me, it doesn't hurt to ask, because all you can do is say no.
Mhm.
And so that was last week or so. And she called me yesterday with Craig.
Yeah.
And talked to me and they was asking me questions, financial questions and stuff. So there is still 470,000 left in that loan to be withdrawn yet.
Right.
And she was telling me, they was talking to me that, they was asking me other financial questions like the budget and that kind of stuff. So I referred them to you two to get those answers, and so maybe they're saying that they'll work with us, they don't know what all they can do yet, but maybe they'll work with us and help us out with some of that interest payment.
Oh, okay.
So while this USDA loan thing drags out, so,
Okay.
but I just wanted to share that with everybody.
Yeah, I knew there was about 470. That's why I said that 530 is not even gonna, well, part of it will have to come out of what's in the project now, so.
Okay,
All right, you don't have nothing else on the courthouse?
The pay at 30.
do we need to go ahead and approve that pay?
Oh, yeah, well, and we can't, with that being said, we cannot pay it until the federal government opens back up, because the USDA has to approve it too. But just in case they would open up soon and we can all get all the stars aligned and get that closing schedule, we do need to agree so we can get it processed.
So fair chance can't even get paid until that,
Now, and they know,
okay. But that is not the final payout then, right?
yeah, there'll be one more.
Because I really don't wanna give them all their money until they.
No, so-
They have a bunch of this stuff.
Correct, but we can still close on the loans because all of the loans obligations will be expended. It'll only be county money left.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what the last amount, that 112 is what they will absolutely not get paid till everything's done.
okay.
It's-
So I'll make a motion to approve pay app 30 for 530,995.96, right?
Mhm. I'll second.
Make sure he's got I got that number.
Yeah, 539.95,
Okay,
539.95.
Yep, 96.
96, yeah, I got that. And I'll second it. All right, you don't have nothing else on the courthouse update? You got anything on the CDBG grant that?
Yes, we have a drawdown, request that I'll need your signature on if you guys can approve.
Yep.
what's that, how much is that for? Is that this year?
Yes. It's the third column over, it says this request.
$193.
$193,927.50. I'll make a motion, we approve that drawdown.
I second.
That's moving along pretty good.
And authorize president to sign.
Authorize president to sign.
Yeah, there it goes.
No, yeah, it's fine.
I know, but he's already authorized, because we did that in
Oh.
the resolution for that, so.
And it's on, schedule to be done approximately March if everything goes as planned. That they're building at the health department. Have any of you ever went out there and looked at that? That's gonna be a nice building.
That is way overbuilt.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, we had the check for Arbel from Payat. I don't know whether it's Payat 18, but it's a 3-day turnaround. You guys had already approved the Payat, but I had to cut the check before it came to the meeting, because it's 3 days after it's deposited, the check's supposed to be cut to the vendor.
Okay,
But
It's just for that block grant, that is a requirement.
so what do we need to do
so,
then?
well, it's in the bills, it's an already paid invoice, but just to let you know that that was there.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have nothing else on the health department? Nope. Okay, opioid funding.
I don't have anything right now.
Okay, chase car. You don't have nothing on the chase car, none of
Did
it.
we get a new report without the emblem? No?
I have not gotten a report.
I'd like to make a suggestion on the chase car. I'd like to see a report every 3 months about how much money they're actually spending on the chase car. Eileen still take care of that?
Yeah, she does email stories.
You think she could get that for us?
Yeah, she can definitely just give you a breakdown of all these things.
I think we ought to do that every 3 months. Every quarter,
Every quarter.
every quarter. I think we need that.
Yep.
You need a motion on that?
I mean, yeah, because then I can just tell Eileen at every quarter, she can just put that up.
I move we make it, I move that we get a
Quarterly expense.
quarterly expense check on, check, not a written check, but a report, for the chase cars.
I will second that motion.
Financially report, okay.
I'm gonna clarify something if I can. Because it's really confusing in the minutes. Chase car or response one?
Well, it's both. It is response one is a face car.
In my minutes, I'm kind of, actually, if you notice, I've been chase car / response one, and sometimes I say response one, sometimes I say chase car. Is it,
Response one is probably the appropriate way to put it in the minutes, because it's just the chase car program.
okay.
Are they come to the meetings and give reports?
They just need to do printed ones, but the last one they sent, they had the emblem on it, you couldn't read it, so.
You couldn't read nothing.
For
I think as I talked about them coming to one meeting a month.
Yeah, it's talking about one month, and it depends on what calls are on, if they're on the call, one meeting's going on, that kind of thing.
But so for the next meeting, we'll need September and October's reports.
Okay, discuss use fee versus levy for ambulance authority. Rick sent us a nice message here the other day. Something for us to think about also. About, coming up with money for the ambulance authority. It wouldn't cost you nothing. So, you can share that?
I'll certainly not take credit for the idea, but the legislators, we talk amongst ourselves, ask questions at times, who has a phone number or whatever. And somebody asked a question about, hey, I was visiting in a town out of their district, and they noticed on their hotel bill, there was a fee for emergency services. Apparently, the interpretation of state code would allow, if the county commission decided to do that, to impose basically an occupancy fee for like hotel guests and things like that. You've probably traveled out of town and seen them. I mean, you go to DC, I mean, the first line's how much was the room, and got about 5 more entries on everything else for taxes for this and taxes for that. But that may be a potential way to consider additional emergency services revenue without directly impacting the residents in Mineral County.
That's something we'll have to keep in mind. We'll wait till Jason gets back on that.
Yeah. That's what he was fixing to get here.
I'm 100% opposed to putting a fee on for the citizens of Mineral County. I don't wanna do that. Cause nobody else, I pay enough taxes.
I'd like to invite Fred Davis and their administrator over to have a conversation with us on how they do it over there in their county as well.
The other day about that. That'd be a good idea to bring them down, Jason.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, lease agreement for the satellite office.
The last meeting, it was approved in meeting. And then, so I just carried on there just so.
And I looked at it, it was just all normal stuff. And just-
Yeah.
So we're good with that.
But you guys made a motion last meeting, we don't need one else meeting to do with it.
Now I just put it in there to
Okay.
cover the basis since last time it was just a pending motion, so.
All right.
The dedication for that building will be Monday at 10 o'clock,
When is it?
Monday at 10 o'clock.
This Monday?
Yep.
Were they able to get the network up? Everything's,
It's ready to go now.
Good. So you want us all there Monday if any way possible, sir? I should be able to make it.
We'll drag you there.
Well, got a lot going on. Basically the next few days. Okay. But at 9 o'clock Monday?
10.
10 o'clock Monday, could you email me the question?
Yes.
I haven't emailed. I haven't had a chance.
it's right before Lake Hill, right? You can't miss it.
Is it right there in that little plaza?
Mm-hmm.
Right
There used to be an ice cream place in there.
past there,
It's on a path.
Oh, yeah.
there.
right past there on the right. You know where the Radford building used to,
Yeah, I know where it is.
right across the street,
Right across, okay, don't worry about it, I know where it's at.
where that old truck used to sit up beside the road on the way.
You're right on the other side of it.
I just realized you took a truck out of there, then. There's
I
no,
think he's coming back, he's paving the parking lot today.
yeah, see him down there getting stuff ready to pay.
Okay. How about the sale of county properties?
I think that's just an update. It has been published in the paper. I'm gonna try to put it out on Facebook this week and next, so.
This is gonna be like a yard sale type thing, or
It's
just
just
gonna
gonna be
be,
a yard sale, yeah.
you want prices on everything?
Yeah, and the guys will come in early to set it all out, whatever doesn't sell, the metal desks, they're gonna rip the wood tops off of and throw them in one pile for scrap and. Everything else will go to the dump that evening. Well, they're not good that day, they're gonna separate everything out that night. Get all that stuff cleared out there, so.
We don't have any small conference tables, I'm gonna ask you that again. None has appeared, correct?
That's correct. Double check again, but I'm 90% sure it's basically, because the conference tables always get. There's one of those floating anywhere, they get swooped up.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be one in Krista's area there for the, hygiene hearings and that, for open space.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big
Yeah.
table there.
Okay, all right, we had a meeting the other day and we picked a candidate for our administrator. It's Candace Lancaster. She's originally from Oak Garden. She lives in Inwood right now and she'll start November the what?
10th.
10th. Couldn't remember the
We're on
story.
the schedule for the 10th and the 11th is a holiday and the 13th is a commission meeting, so it's gonna be an exciting week for her.
So anyway, do I hear a motion to approve Mrs. Lancaster for our county administrator?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
And I approve that also. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Now on to do new business. Commission personnel administrator job description. You sent us that?
I did send that, I've got several things under that, and we'll start with the easiest one. So we need to get her a phone. And it's $40 a month is what the phone is, but I assume you guys want me to get the free iPhone 16, not the $100 iPhone
I think you
17.
assumed pretty
Correct. Okay.
Very good at assuming. I like that.
And
But
then
does she want an iPhone or an?
she does, I've already talked to her about the things she wants. She wants an iPhone and she
Well,
wants
it's
a
a good
Mac.
thing I didn't know that before the interview, she interviewed me.
Um, And then you all, when I wanted to order a laptop, he said, find out if she was gonna be a Windows. She would prefer a MacBook. So, a MacBook is $1,254, and then I figure a monitor, $113, and then we'll have to buy Microsoft Office, so about $1,600 for a computer setup.
Anything else?
I think that's all she'll need, but I've gotta have that stuff when she starts, because she'll be completely useless if she doesn't have a computer when she starts. The whole job is on a computer.
Okay.
So are you guys good with me
I'll
going
make
and
a
ordering
motion
that
to
stuff?
buy that stuff for her. For next meeting.
I'll second it. Okay.
I agree.
And then the job description, I sent that out to you all. I wasn't sure what you would wanna do. The only thing, I looked at it, and the only thing I saw, what we kinda had talks about, and honestly, what more aligned. So the current job description says the incumbent will serve as the chief administrative officer responsible for all aspects of the day-to-day government operations of Mineral County under the direction of the Mineral County Commission, supervision of department heads, including facilities maintenance director, parks and recreation director, office of emergency services director, animal control officers, community corrections director, and other administrative staff employed by the Mineral County Commission. The incumbent will also work directly with all constitutional officers. That was the only thing that, when we kind of discussed, we were looking at. I did a revised one that I thought would be more appropriate. Honestly, it aligns more with what I've done. Cause even though this says I supervise the department heads, anybody who's got the director title has always just done what they do and came to you all. So the county administrator serves as the chief administrative officer responsible for overseeing the day-to-day operations of Mineral County, under the direction of the Mineral County Commission. The incumbent supervises facilities team members and all commission staff who are not under the direct supervision of a department director. The administrator does not directly supervise department directors, but is responsible for consulting with them, providing administrative guidance, coordinating interdepartmental efforts, and assisting as needed to ensure efficient and effective county operations. So obviously we can stick with the original, go with something completely different, or go with that draft, but that was one of the things.
And I'll be honest, I apologize, I didn't get to read that and
Okay.
through that, so that was something that just slipped my mind, I think it's okay.
Yeah. Well, the next meeting, she'll be started, so that's why I was asking. What
So that is, I mean, that's kind of the basic guidelines, but sometimes we get caught up on wording and that kind of thing. And Roger, if you and Jason are good with it, then I'll run with it.
Jason, are you good with it?
I have not read it, to be honest.
We can finish that out for next meeting.
Yeah, that's no
I'll
problem.
read over a lot of it, not all of them.
And the only other thing I did wanna add, it wasn't in here because obviously I did it. But the administrator should, in the event of an emergency, be required to report to the EOC and provide whatever assistance would be needed as an additional body in there. If you guys aren't good with that, that's fine, but that is how the majority of counties
Yeah, I
operate.
think
Their
it's
administrator
put it in
kind of goes to the EOC or does whatever's needed.
Put it in there.
Is everybody in favor with that? Okay. And then we'll just look at those in the next meeting then, and I'll add the EOC line. And I can send you all the draft first. I had just sent you the original last week. I wasn't sure if you guys would mark it up or what you do.
Yeah, send it to us before the next meeting. I'll take a minute and read the whole thing.
Yep.
All right, software systems update. Yeah, I just seen that.
Did you read ahead? You might wanna take it easy.
No, I never read ahead on that.
This was March, Joel gave this to me last Thursday or Friday last week.
Oh, so this is Joel. Joel's spending more money.
It's Joel.
This is Joel spending more money.
And that's
I thought it was you, now it's Joel.
Unless I'm the only office running that system yet, which I'm not.
Yeah, this has come about, I don't know if you recall, but every year we do pay that extension plan. And, you know, as you can see in the letter, that has come to an end. But over the last, several years, we've been paying for the extension, just kind of stretching it out.
So this is your idea? You're gonna end up giving me a heart attack.
Yeah,
Mr. President, I believe it was put in my box because nobody else wanted to do it.
Okay.
well, the AS400 usually lasts us about 10 years, and like all computers, they do reach end of life. We paid 60,000 in 2006, and 16, we paid 40,000. But this time is expected to be another 60,000. This holds our, I know it's just a server side, why? But this does do all the tax office, all the tax bills, tax collection, the assessor supplements. It does all payroll data and accounts payable.
You ever considered, rather than updating the AS400, going to like a modern solution?
You read my mind.
Don't wanna switch
17.
plans, but it's something to talk about. Have you gotten a quote? Did you get a quote from him? Okay, cause the gentleman that handles the quotes was not in, he's been out sick. So if we can have a quote for the next meeting or look at what other options we have.
I know a lot of the state now is using Tyler Technologies. And I think that's actually what we're doing our assessment forms with, is through Tyler. Like if you do your online assessment, it's through Tyler, that's what the state's using. And I know that's what Jefferson uses, that's what Berkeley uses.
A lot of vendors approach me about changing.
Well, I bet you have.
Yeah, but,
I personally would like to see us go to a more modern software, you know, that would be easier. I know it's gonna be hard at first, but if we can get something that's
Well, yeah.
easier and
lose your old data too, though, that's the concern I have.
what do you mean you lose it?
Well, we have two different files in the AS400. We have a BAN file and a BAC file. The BAN file is inactive, but we would still reference it. And I actually still do reference it, but it's not an active file. So I don't know
They
if that,
can't train for
I
that?
don't know.
I'll figure they can.
Software systems doesn't even use it anymore.
I was gonna say. They can probably migrate a lot of the data, but we might be surprised. It's,
Employees that don't even know there's a BAN file.
how old are those files though?
Let's see, we switched probably, I think around 99 is when we switched it.
Oh,
98.
Really,
I mean, I've referenced it, I've pulled it up before for old employee files and is everything before that point old? When we were looking up stuff for the broiler, because it was older than that, and actually even looking up for my, other Stanford. When I purchased it, it was purchased in the old file. So I don't know if there's a way to convert those items over.
well, I mean, here's the thing, if you guys want to look at updating, you're gonna have to, what really needs to happen is just the 3 elected officials that use it, and you all need to, I mean, like, myself or Candace could compile a list of all the vendors who offer it with brief descriptions, and the 3 elected officials and you 3 need to look through and see whose system you would wanna see, and then everyone's just gonna have to.
Well, I know
sit
which
down
ones
and
I've been
see
looking
the
at,
systems.
payroll and accounts payable. I've looked at them.
Have you looked at Tyler?
Now, how much of an outdated is it on the
It was purchased in 2016.
The server.
The server.
Program on
The
it.
program is from the eighties.
80s, 90s?
We've had it since October 1 of 87.
80s.
It's been updated-ish, but you can still use a green screen. and
Yeah,
maybe
you can
type
use a
through it.
green
So
screen.
that tells you.
Kim uses, the Windows version. She uses
So,
Pace.
and here's my thing, and what I would like to see is we get it updated. And then when I ask for a budget, and then where we're at in the budget, it can be done electronically and emailed to me. Instead of getting that. And then it would also make it easier to get on the West Virginia checkbook that I've been trying to get done.
Well, that's just a matter of the module, but our system now will convert to an Excel format.
Well, that's nice to know. I've asked you that before and you said no.
It converts, but it's not, it converts, but not the way you wanna see it,
Okay,
but it.
so it would be nice to have a modern software that would convert to Excel format. It would make us more knowledgeable with some things that are going on and easier to get that information.
Well, I will explore on that, but that is not something that I'm gonna jump into quickly. I can tell you, it'll take, I will want to go to other counties that have the other programs and see them. I will meet with my vendors. It is not something I'm gonna rush into.
I don't want us to rush into it. However, we are on a timeline with it, right?
That,
How much?
Yeah,
time?
January 7th, 2026.
But it would still be usable that day.
Yeah.
Just if something happens, then we won't be able to get it serviced.
Oh, so you're not asking for $6,000 today, you're asking to replace the server between
Yes.
40 and 50.
Yes.
No, yeah, I mean,
Oh, I thought you were asking for an annual maintenance contract. Oh,
this was a notice that we need to
I
look
didn't
at.
read that.
Yeah, we got this notice last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got it. It was in the minutes. It was in the meeting. But we just paid for another extension. We've been paying for extensions.
Is that more expensive? Or about the same?
I think it's been a couple $1,000s a year.
Well, don't you agree that all three elected officials should be involved? You could get something.
If we get a new system, the tax office will have their own system and I'll go with my own system, and payroll and accounts payable will just be on my own server.
So wouldn't it be really nice if everybody's systems were the exact same system, like if, and I'm just using Tyler, 'cause it's the only one I'm familiar with. I don't even know if it's good. But based on the number of counties that I would say it is, but wouldn't it be nice if like the assessor was using that module, the tax office was using it, like there, and everything just was built for each other rather than everybody using different.
Well, see, the vendor I have for indexing also does payroll. So that's one I've looked at for you.
It'd be really nice if our payroll was, a scan in, scan out, live payroll, like rather than the paper time sheets and.
Well, that's what his system's more like. Which is why I hadn't gone in yet, but I'll start
You
looking.
don't need to know this today.
No, it's not gonna happen today. Well, I'm
I
saying we're
need-
talking months. No, nothing today, because we don't have the information, we don't have a quote, we don't have anything like that.
All right, well, next week, that's, okay.
This was just something to brace you for what's about to come.
Totally happy with looking into another system. So just let me know.
Are you leaving?
Yes, sir.
Can you have one up there Thursday?
Yes, sir.
5 o'clock?
I'll be there.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I was asked today by.
Take care.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm good with getting somebody and talking about it.
All right, stay safe.
So, I mean, I see Lauren's point, the commission who's got to approve this point, I really think it makes way more sense to have an integrated system with all three offices, that's my.
I think it
That's
does
my
too.
point.
I does too. I do agree with that, yeah.
Well, that's the
But
thing, I can have a separate payroll system than I have my accounts payable. You can have 3 or 4 different systems, I mean,
Well, payroll, I don't see as a big deal, but like your accounts payable and like, I would think, well, tax collection and the assessor obviously need to integrate simply
and you guys only have the S400 for your supplements though, right?
Yeah, to make bills for the sheriff's office, yeah.
But what do you use for your other programs then, is that?
We have Tyler.
Tyler?
is it pretty
It's
good?
nice. It's nice, I like it.
That's what I know, it's what big counties is. Of course, it might take big county money to have Tyler too, I have no idea.
Oh, it's not gonna be cheap switching vendors, I can tell you that. It'll be a lot more than 60,000.
So is there anything you all want me to do with that right now, or just, or just want to explore?
Look up vendors.
So you got a list of vendors?
Maybe you want to put an email on the list or
Yeah.
what counties are using. I remember hearing Tyler, I remember hearing there's another one out there, I can't think of the name of it. Okay,
All right. Use your agreement with Morgan County, sir. What's that?
Yes, so one of the things that was discussed, the Emergency Management Council Conference. Was that, during an event without a mutual aid agreement, long story short, it makes things really difficult. So Morgan County has started working on theirs. Obviously, we're a county that would provide mutual aid in the event, a major event. So, I guess I should have sent this out to y'all ahead of time, but it's just a standard mutual aid agreement between counties, their county commission and ours. Then Roger would sign it, I would sign it, and then Shipley, the firefighters association would sign it as well, since the commission doesn't authority over firefighters. But they're just looking for this, as a standard that I need to be on file in case there would be an event and mutual aid resources would need to be shared.
Okay.
So,
So I'll make a motion, we approve the mutual aid agreement.
I second that.
And authorize president to sign.
Authorize president, sign.
Okay. Fiber internet for 911.
yes, so. Couple meetings from now, I'll be coming with a whole lot of 911 stuff. I'm just working through putting everything together. One of the things I really need to get together on the 911 side is though, we currently still use coax from Comcast for our internet, which is fine, our speeds are fine, but I'm hoping to move to cloud-based phone and cloud-based tab. Within the cloud-based phone, I'll probably be bringing you guys some information on that, like in a meeting or two. I've been talking to the vendor for the last 2 months. But it's something new they're doing. So I don't have enough physical concrete information to bring to you. But as we start looking at these transitions and even next generation 911, we have to have fiber into the building. So I'm trying to go ahead and get some of these things taken care of. I got Frontier has fiber in our building already, but I'm simply not interested. So I got pricing from Comcast. They gave me they gave me 2 prices, and then I'd like to go with the middle, which is 700, and I talked to him about what that would be. So for a 1 gig service into the 911 center, we are looking at $1,208.90 a month. Hold on. Payment classes. No, for 1 gig service, we're looking at $1,055 a month. For a 500 meg service, we are looking at $755 a month. And for a 700 meg service, we are looking at $875 a month.
Which one have you gotta have?
Well, I'd like to have the 700. 500 would probably be sufficient, but 500 megs isn't a whole lot down when you're doing a whole lot of cloud-based stuff. So right now, our current internet speeds are 750 over 35, 750 down, 35 up, but obviously with coax, you have latency issues. So on the fiber, you'll have 700 down and 700 up, because it's parallel speeds. And then your latency is reduced a lot with fiber. Additionally, on fiber, so Comcast says they provide 99.99% uptime with all of their products. But with the fiber, you actually get an SLA, a service level agreement. And if you exceed that 0.01% of downtime, they automatically have to start crediting your bill for time down. They stand behind it to that point. The fiber is that much more reliable. So I would like to go with the 700 megs. Now, well, are there any questions about that first?
What's that price compared to what you're paying now?
So, okay, so right now we are paying $434 a month.
Almost double.
Pretty well done.
It's pretty well double. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Any other questions about that? Then we'll talk about the paying for it part of it. Okay. So presently, the general county pays very few of the bills to the 911 center. And the internet is one of them. What I would like to do is 911 pays for the PRI and then OEM pays for the internet. Would like to just switch that. 911 would start paying the higher internet and then our PRI will be $413 a month. So it'd basically it'd be an uneven trade, but we would just start taking the PRI out of general county and doing the internet out of 911.
What are you paying now?
$434.
And how much is what we paid then?
$413. So save $20 a month, right?
No.
But that'd be the even trade. And I realize, like we say, well, it's the 911 center, but it's also emergency management.
Yeah.
And now we also have like the chase cars in that building and uses the internet there. And three of us we are 911 staff, but we're not full-time 911. Emergency management is a general county obligation. So that's just kind of how that's always happened. So
If you want to pick up the tab there, I don't have a problem.
we're switching tabs.
We're switching tabs,
Yes.
we're getting all cheaper.
When's that switching?
It would just, this is a 90-day construction timeline,
So you're looking at probably January.
probably first year, yeah.
First part of the year. Yeah, we're gonna be saving $20. That's what I look at, $20.
The fiber, honestly, I really went back and forth on even bringing this to you, but the fiber really is important if we're gonna start moving to cloud-based platforms, and that's really just where the world is
How come you're
not.
not interested in Frontier, or should I ask that?
Well, I think it's for the same reason no one would be interested. Of course, we have Frontier fiber at the courthouse, and we almost never have a problem. And people say who have the Frontier fiber that it works, but the Frontier fiber is not much cheaper anyways. And it's still difficult to deal with Frontier. And every time you turn around, they change their structure.
You have to use fiber, can you use Starlink?
No, so we have Starlink. And actually, I just got in the router to put FirstNet in as well, because, well, once I bring you the proposals for the cloud-based stuff, there is no option to ever be offline, because if you're offline, everything is down. You can't.
Okay.
What I'm concerned about with going to a cloud-based system.
Right, which a lot of 911 centers are already moving in that direction, and next generation 911 is managed in the cloud. And that's just what, like, whole states have already moved to that. Virginia, North Carolina. That's how next generation call routing works. And we're usually the first when it comes to technology, but I've been a little behind the last couple of years. A lot of counties have already moved in that direction. But what we have now is we have the Comcast coax, and then we have Starlink. So the other day, here's the problem with Starlink though. So the other day, our internet went down and the Starlink picked up immediately. But Starlink for business, we pay for priority service to be on standby. But then as we use data, we have to pay for it. So we spent $50 on 2 hours downtime the other day. So it's not like, if we were in disaster mode and everything's down, Starlink's great, but it's entirely too expensive if you have multiple days of downtime. So we're gonna put a FirstNet router in, it's like $40 a month. And that will cover the Comcast downtime first, and then the Starlink will be secondary.
What's the FirstNet router you said? Cellular?
So I had Global up there the other day helping me do the network build out, and he didn't have a FirstNet phone, he had an AT&T phone, but I had my US Cellular, and he was getting between 400 and 500 down, and I was getting like 200. So that's why I went with the FirstNet SIM instead of US Cellular.
You need approval on that today then?
Well, it's a 90-day build out. I'm gonna bring you all that phone system soon. And what they're doing, this might make you nervous, that you're more of the technology. So we've been with Intrado for a long time, like at least 15 years. But I believe even before then. And they are coming out with their own cloud-based solution. It's designed, it's been beta tested, but they would like us to be an early adopter. In exchange for being an early adopter, all of our capital costs are going to waive, and we'll just have our service agreement costs that we normally have. Again, I've not signed any of this. I don't even have it in writing yet. But this is kind of the way the agreement's going. We currently have Viper as a service, which is a 7-year agreement, and we're on year 6 of that agreement. So we have to replace the phone system because we lease that system. And when I say lease it, it means like on the 7th year, we come and get the stuff. So we have to move to something, and they want us to be an early adopter of this.
Again,
So
So the cloud base is the 700 is the speed? Is that what you're talking about there? And is it voice over IP? Is that,
Well, the cloud-based solution's not what's on the table today. Cause I don't even have all the official stuff on that. Today, I'm just looking to get a fiber internet connection into my building.
okay,
That's all I'm trying to establish today is that 700 meg connection.
okay.
And for you all to start paying for our PRI, and we'll pay for the internet.
And we save $20.
Well, yeah, our cost changes, or stays the same and, or pretty much the same.
And then 911's get us up a little bit.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I'll second that.
Motion to go to 700 meg, fiber, county pays PRI, 911 pays the internet. Who seconded that? Right, okay.
I agree.
All right, you got here items for next meeting. The 2026 board review equalization.
The board review and
I thought
equalization.
this was kind of early.
Yes, but Jill received an email from the state. They're wanting to set up the dates for the oil and gas. And they asked if we could have the dates of our 2026 board review and equalization meetings to them by no later than November 15th. So our next meeting's the 14th. Okay, 12th.
Next meeting.
Well,
12, yeah. She starts 10th, 11th is Veterans Day.
so I don't know if it's something that you wanna go ahead and pull your calendars at the next meeting to consider, but we haven't even set the commission meeting dates for it. It'd be hard to set our commission meeting dates, but, so that's just a little heads up on that then.
When do we normally start them?
We usually set them up when we do the first meeting of the
Yeah,
year.
I know, but normally it's the end of January, first quarter of February.
Well, the meetings themselves start, like last year started February 3rd. We've started one or 2 years, we started January 31st. It all depends on how it falls that week. Cause we have to meet every 3 days. And looking at the 2 dates that, that will possibly be commission meeting dates in February. We looked at the 10th and the 14th and kind of gave, using commission meeting dates. Maybe we could give those 2 dates to the state, so that might suffice for that too.
Alright.
So you're looking at you're starting out the 10th, and so we.
February,
That's what I mean. 10th,
Oh.
February, yeah, February 10th.
no, we'd start.
And then, no, I know, but we go back.
We were looking
we'll
at,
go
a
back to
possible
that.
commission meeting date would be the 10th and 24th.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we need to, let's put the first one down for the 10th, the day we're here anyway. Okay, and then we'll move back to, we have to go back to Friday then, wouldn't we?
Well, we'll schedule them at the next meeting, cause this, I didn't have it actually as an item of business, it's just for the next meeting.
For us to think about.
Yeah, so everybody can have their calendars and potential conflicts with dates.
We have 6 of them, don't we? Usually
Well,
6,
every 3
6 or
days,
7.
however it works out. Some years have more meetings than others. But I say some meetings we started in January 31st, some meetings we didn't start until February 3rd, 2nd or 3rd. And then sometimes we went clear to the end of the month and sometimes we stopped at the last commission meeting of the month, so. We just like to have some evening meetings, morning meetings and daytime meetings.
Yeah.
We kind of get everybody scheduled, right? At least 2 evening meetings at 6 o'clock.
We can think about that and let me get a calendar at home, and look at it. All right, is that it? That's all we got.
All right, I do have a couple things, and these are just things to chew on before the next meeting. So Annette emailed me today, Annette from First United, another one of our CDs has matured. It was a 15-month CD and it has earned $15,304.05.
Where's she, what bank's that?
First United.
First United.
Yeah.
Which, is that reserve? The 911 or the rainy day?
This is the rainy day.
Rainy day.
911's doesn't, 911's actually matures in December. I know that was. So. $15,000 is pretty good earnings for not having to do anything. She wanted to know if we had any desire to renew. Again, we'll have to at the next meeting. Rates have definitely gone down, but they're not bad. So 1 year at 3.6, 18 months at 3.6, 21 months at 3.7, 24 at 3.65, 27 at 3.7, 30 at 3.7, 36 at 3.65. So, since it was on the, she just emailed me this today, I will, make sure it's on the next agenda. But that's just something for you all to be thinking about, so you can make a decision at the next meeting when it,
Sounds like 30 at 3.7 would be the longest with the highest interest,
yeah,
unless you want to go to 36 at 3.65, but I think it'd just be better to do the 30 at 3.7.
yeah.
0.05% ain't much, but every little bit helps.
Well, and I do think we're at a point where interest rates are gonna just continue to decline, so we might as well lock it down when we can and keep the highest rate we can. So that's what I
Have you
have.
shopped around?
No, we've just kept everything at First United. They don't, it's not actually their CD. They use, an investment company, Cetera, and they buy the CDs from different banks. So like, it doesn't have the banks listed. These are just averages. But they buy from numerous banks, like all the large banks.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I got on that. So just be thinking about that. And then we worked through our improvement plan from the after action report I gave you guys. And there were a couple things I just want to make sure you had a desire or would be willing to do before we put the work into it. One of the things is I would like to put together a pre-executed local disaster proclamation, a pre-spending authority, agenda, minutes that you all would sign now. And then if we had an event, we would have an emergency meeting, but the agenda would already be ready. It could just be published immediately. And then we would have all the signed documents, because like for the May flooding, I literally wrote phone authorization on all 3 signature lines. And if we had all of those documents ready, I think that would be way better. We could have we could have an actual emergency meeting just by making the phone calls, because they don't have to be posted with any notice, but we have the agenda as soon as possible. And I would like for you all to consider, as one of those resolutions I'd like to do, is that you either give whichever commissioner comes to the EOC, or me, or the administrator, or whoever you decide has some sort of pre-authorized spending ability. I'm not talking about $100,000, but like $10,000, $20,000. I see zero problem with it being one of you, as long as one of you can be in the EOC. But like, in May, I was authorizing overtime and stuff that technically I wasn't allowed to do, but there's things like that that it's just not realistic to be calling everybody.
Right.
And again, I'm not talking about $100,000, like I'm not gonna order 500 bulldozers and just expect us to have to pay for them, but there are things that somebody needs to have the authority to authorize without having to get a hold of everybody, and that'd be perfectly fine, even if it's just one of you all, but if we could have a resolution pre-done that just says Jason is going to be in the EOC and has this spending authority, or Candace, or Luke, or Roger, Dutch, whoever. So if I put those documents together, is that something you all would have a desire to consider and kick around?
Consider.
Okay.
Consider.
And then one of the things we know we need is flood gauges. You all put that in the budget, but I'm hoping that we'll get Homeland Security grant funds for it. It's already been applied for. I told you in the description, it sounded like you guys were on board. I'd really like the county administrator to be trained to work the EOC and to come to the EOC to fill in for whatever is needed. Presently, and again, this is because I was administrator, all of the commission staff has emergency duties. Facilities and parks, we trained them all on working a shelter. I'm hoping we can continue that. And if you guys are on board with that, I'd like to, like I said, it was always, since I was administrator and they were reported to me, it wasn't a problem. But if we're gonna continue that, I would like to just, for you all to do a resolution again that says these staff are emergency personnel and can report in these conditions. Cause like them having the ability to open the shelter was extremely helpful. We had a shelter opened in 15 minutes because we could just send staff. So are you guys still on board with continuing that?
Yeah.
Might even be other staff from other offices that might be willing to,
Well,
I volunteer Wanda.
so I have that one here.
That's what happens when you come to meetings.
The problem is, so I definitely have that, it would just be what each person's skill set could align for, so like before Gary and Chris, I don't even remember who it was, but we had trained them to do damage assessments. So like, there's all kinds of different things that we could train people for. Like obviously Cindy and Kim could be helpful with.
even at the shelter, just being able to establish access,
Right,
helping with the organization and getting people in. I know this time we didn't have the flow of people coming to the shelter, but the next situation may involve a good flow of people coming in.
yeah, so that was something I had thought about talking to elected officials about. And again, that would just come with, someone needing to have a pre-spending authority so people could be paid overtime and paid for the event. So yeah, that's something I've got on here, the pre-signed stuff, flood gauges, and.
Yeah, cause some of our boys weren't able to make it home anyway.
Yeah, so those were the things, obviously, there's a whole lot more here, but they're things we're gonna address in-house. So those are the things I wanted to ask you guys, so I wanna make sure you have a desire for before, we put in the work to do. And then we gotta make sure we do any sign, the job descriptions here. Get the phone ordered. I think that's all I have.
Middle check capital improvement call this page, sorry, it's not long here.
Hot water heater at the jail.
Working on
That,
I talked to, Roger and Joel about being a winter project.
okay, as long as you talk to them, I'll take it off my list. That's what I've got, and we haven't got the check for the OEMS equipment fund, right? Okay, so that's something I'll, train Candace on. And, well, I guess two more things, and I guess we can talk about them at the end of November. Do you all intend to just determine what my last day as administrator is after we get her trained, or did you guys like, how are we? Just see how things go?
See how things go.
Okay, and final thing, so Eileen and I have been handling American Rescue Plan since the very, very, very beginning, even when we did have an administrator. I'm hoping I'm still gonna be able to be in our side, because we're like, we went from 5.2 million to, I think there's 200,000 in the account. So I really don't wanna have to train her on that, I'd rather finish it out.
If you're willing to finish that out, I think that'd be a better way to do
When
that.
is that gotta be done?
2026. To December 31st. We went from processing like 10 to 15 purchase orders a meeting to like 2. So it's not even a big load right now, but it would be a way bigger pain to switch the authorized contacts and stuff than what it would even be worth, and to try to train somebody, I'd spend more time showing them how to use the portal for treasury than what it would be worth. So, okay, that's all I have.
Alright. Now we're good.
Yeah, they're back every day.
Britt Dutch, you had to go way back to the September 23rd.
I don't remember what I did yesterday, let alone last month.
Mine's
Okay,
pretty easy.
all right, go on, Jason.
Since the last county commission just those two things that had gone over applications. That's the only thing I've been involved in. I can't remember the dates right offhand.
The 15th, we done the interviews.
And the 20th.
Yes.
Huh?
And the 20th was Zoom for the,
Yeah.
Was the Zoom, yeah. Yeah.
but also we participated in this, right?
Mm,
The interviews and
yeah, yes. Matter of fact, I forgot to write, I knew there was something else I forgot to write down at Zoom. Yeah, and I also, I had a health department meeting on the 20th. I had a Region 8 signing, and I went to that, something very interesting. I went to that Eastern action in Petersburg meeting that they had. You know, anybody knows anybody that's low income, you gotta be almost poverty level. They can get a lot of work done to their houses for nothing. It's free. And it takes in 10 counties, Eastern does here in West Virginia, the 10 Region 8 counties, and then you got the 3 in the Eastern Panhandle, and you got Preston and Tucker. And it's really a good program. It was very informative up there about that. And I met with Rick Hildebrand. I had Park and Rec meeting on Easy Food Service meeting. So on. Well, Bob, they're not. Oh, man, we'll go over here. You done? Yes, sir.
got a whole page ready for deduction.
You ready? Tracy just wrote all this down. Since the last commission meeting, we don't want to see, I met with Nextera. You want dates too, or just?
Did you meet with, when they met with NextEra too, with,
It was probably the same day, but it was a different time.
oh, okay,
Because they met.
because I had that on their committee reports last time, okay. And that's regarding the transmission lines.
Yeah, yeah, it was transmission line. Next day I was at the ABO ribbon cutting. And I was at the, Fort Ashby Line, the club had a dinner, they called it a hoedown. That was on Saturday, the 27th, there at that. And I had a meeting with, Mark Bucco, for PVH.
Well, I'm gonna have to ask how you spell Bucco.
Well, I have it as VOUCOT.
Yes.
VOD.
VOUCOT.
Yeah, I would have gotten it, okay.
Go through all this stuff. Oh, was it Bridgeport at the, WV Corp meeting? And, on Saturday the 4th, I helped tear down the 4-H building at Fort Ashby Fairgrounds. Tear down the concession stand. They're building a new one. They got ready to build a new one, so bigger one with a little pavilion and everything, so. But I volunteered and helped tore down the old one. Let's see, the 6th, there was a work session, Mineral County work session. What was there? That was some interviews problem. I don't know.
Joel's lease. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wednesday, the 8th was Mineral County Day meeting. Going along with that. And was at Charleston during that time, the last commission meeting. Interviews on the 15th. Yeah, I had Mineral County Planning Commission that night. No, wait a minute, no, I didn't. Not on the 15th, I had one on the 21st though.
But you did have mineral county planning?
With that?
You did have mineral county planning?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was online with that one.
yes. Had with the work session on the 20th. Oh, and I was at the Eastern Region Conference of the County Commission Association, West Virginia, the Eastern Region, that was on Monday the 20th.
I was down there most of the day. That's right, I was online for the work session. Yeah, then the 21st was the planning commission. Wednesday, 22nd was NACO's Northeast Region online meeting or informational meeting, or however you want to call it. Summit Collins Airport Authority meeting on Thursday. Met with Derek at Derek Green at Femi Valley Hospital. That was discussed their water issues and possible water tank kind of thing.
I was joking about the whole page thing.
Mhm.
I said I was initially joking about the whole page thing.
Well, hey.
Okay.
And that brings us to today. Of course, the talks and stuff with the power line, keeps going, the transmission line is it's slowing down a little bit, but it's going. There is a thing that Preston County's want to do. It's a notice to intervene, I think it's called, with the Public Service Commission. I may bring that up and we may look into doing that. And I guess that's it.
I'm still working on my fiscal financial report, still working on minutes. But I did work this up and I sent this to Liz and she ran it in the paper. We've had a lot of calls. People are asking about the election next week because they're seeing all the political ads on TV. So, if you got on the website, I think it's gonna be a Thursday paper. So we do not have an election this year. We just have one. May 12th is our primary 2026. These are the offices that are gonna be on the ballot. Candidate filing starts January 12th. Anybody filing or receiving funds or expending funds prior to January 12th will do a pre-candidacy. And we have had one filed. Kirk Kessner has already filed a pre-candidacy for county commission already. I've had a lot of inquiries. I don't ask names and I don't give out names until they officially file. But I have had a lot of calls about people inquiring about running to different offices.
Is that right, District 1? You District 1? Okay. I was thinking Jason was District
Two.
2. You're
You're
3. Okay, I knew I was 3.
The town is 2.
Yeah.
And then one goes all the way around it.
Why is the county seat not one?
The way you set it up.
If you look at a map, it's like 1, 2, 3, because it was like Piedmont, Kaiser, and then North End, but one goes all the way around.
One, it's like a C.
Yeah, it goes.
Section.
Yeah, actually over Fort Ashby, the east side of Fort Ashby, east side of Fort Ashby, it goes clear over there.
There's one.
Yeah, I've looked at the districts, I just.
Because it's based on population, so you got your town, you got the northern end, and then one collects everybody else. But if you do look at a map.
My good buddy set it up, yeah, you need to watch your mouth.
Gerrymandering.
Gerrymandering, yeah.
I don't know.
Can I add one thing?
Sure.
I would just like to thank you, Dutch, for meeting with Shelley, trying to bring that interest rate down for the county. I know it takes time and effort to do all that, so thank you.
Yeah, I just asked a question. I figured the worst thing they can do is tell me no, so. And she honestly took it from there, and when the discussion I had on the phone with them yesterday, they wanna help us out. They wanna be there for us, and they're really wanting to help us out, so they'll do everything they can.
They've been great to work with.
Well, we are a large customer of theirs.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Absolutely. So.
All right.
For bills,
Franny, is that all you done?
well, appraisement settlements being.
I know, but the bills, I'm talking about spending.
Yeah,
You bet.
they have bills, we got bills.
Can I make a motion? We don't spend any more money the rest of the year?
Hey, Jason, check your,
I said, this is when I have.
check your messages and give me a yes or no on that, would you please,
In money out.
when you can?
I'm driving. Let me see.
When you get a chance, cause I need to call.
The last, yeah, that's 18, 19 today. That's for the health facilities project.
How many of these sound nice to me?
Probably.
Think about that.
Probably. I have at least one, I do know that. Do you wanna see all the bills from last meeting? Actually, we still have a bundle. I am.
Good.
The meeting after Thursday.
The only way I knew it was, through the Board of Ed meeting the other night when he invited. Working. Are you all invited to that as well?
We will, if you want to, yeah.
I thought it was just board. Where they went.
So it's actually open to my understanding to the public. I sent him a message, he had to go backward. I wanted to announce it if it was.
I can notice. Which one's that?
They're having a meeting Thursday at 5 o'clock up at Gordon Group in Church.
Oh.
With the Board of Education.
When the board members going though?
They're supposed to be.
When I read the article in the paper, it didn't sound like anybody would go.
Well, he got off the phone with, I don't wanna get into this too deep, but he's been on the phone with the state. So they're supposed
This
to.
had all the P
And I want
cards.
to talk to you today.
There was a lot of P card transactions last month, and then, but the revenues really had changed, but it also had a
As long
revenue.
as it's open to me,
I
I
like
guess there
these
are.
numbers.
Well, it's us that goes to this meeting.
Like that.
There's four of them there.
Wonder if he hasn't posted on his door.
I don't know.
That's one of the last things I did is I ran out the door. The 19 CDGD, do you have one that for sign or do you? Okay, cause I had one too, I didn't know.
I need you to give me a records management report. Have you had any work done
I
yet?
did,
I need a time sheet.
okay.
The time sheet you have to do with the hours and stuff. I just looked at my Trello and realized that report is ours. If that report's due, we're already through Q1.
Okay. Well, yeah, I didn't have them be much, they did come in September.
You can do that. I'm trying to think of what we did before. Did you just give me the payroll time sheet and then we did the?
I used their time sheets as,
Okay, yeah, so I need copies of that.
okay, well, yeah, he did. It didn't,
That's like a
it
sin.
didn't
I
make
should've already
sense
done that.
to duplicate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause we, that's all I remember, taking it over off, cause I, my little things. And then the holidays and stuff, I will. One or two days with it for November, December, and then it'll pick up January.
Is that where that is?
Yeah, that's what I was. I did.
What that is?
That's the loan payment, yeah.
Yeah. What I thought.
Yeah, cause the government's rainy days are getting it all. I just weird, but that was because of, I guess, it was in the CDs and we weren't getting the interest at all,
Right.
so it didn't change at all.
What's this with the Royal Air?
Which one, which amount?
This is for the, magistrate court,
Yeah, that was for the last meeting.
That's a deal unit.
but it says payment 2 of 3.
You have to pay to do a down payment. Awesome.
Okay, all right, yeah, so it says a deposit here of 32 something, 32.89.
Okay, that was made at the last meeting. They already received that.
Okay, then the final payment's 6,000 something.
Oh, so it should just be payment one or two.
So it should be, this is saying the payment's 98.67.
Well,
That's the entire bill.
I already paid them 389 last time. So Cindy just wrote the wrong amount on that.
So it needs to be
She didn't see, Cindy didn't even know, she didn't know I already paid 3,000.
65.78.
Oh, here it is, Connie, okay.
Is that what she had and then she drew a line through it, or she had to?
Well, actually, she had 32.89 in deposit. She drew a line through and drew 98.67.
Okay, that is at 68.
So can I change that
Yeah.
to 65.78?
Because we made that payment and we made another payment, but the $4,000 payment should be in here too.
And they actually came and did that install yesterday, so.
Greg, here's what he is.
They're usually made the balance then.
I got to check with them to make sure they completely finished, but they were here yesterday.
Get 2 electric bills from the commission?
This, we get, one of them. One of them was for 911.
Get 2
This
electric
building
bills?
was three separate meters when we bought it.
Okay,
This
so we get
building
3,
is?
so we get 3 meters?
I think we have 3 meters. on this building, so, yeah.
I know at least we need 2 different bills.
Heck, there's
There's several, right?
When I pulled out the bills that were due, I think the 29th to 30th. Those are the ones I emailed you all at the last meeting, go ahead and add in, these are all the ones to add.
Tore up that page, took the rubber band rope.
Oh, I get it.
There's more than one here?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, there's another back.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, there's one page back there, 130.
Okay, that.
Yeah, here's the third time to get us some bill.
Okay, yeah,
I know there was 3 of them.
we tried to combine down to 2 meters, but I don't know what happened, we still have 3, so.
Yeah. On the subject.
But then you have a list of names that people signed in. Did you get everybody who was online signed in?
Oh, there's one we did not get.
It's like an estimate of what 20.
That's something we need to talk about. If they're not gonna tell us who they are.
You know, I said, I will not give our personal cell, and he goes, I didn't. He said, I'm Googling all the time.
I don't know that we can do that.
Well, everybody else has a sign.
Yeah, they have to sign in.
Talk about the property owner should change the other sheets. So. It's calm down now. That was just this afternoon. I did do that job. You know, you don't have to be.
Oh, this is.
And I know how much you like the city. And actually what's bad is that report is so much thicker because normally I don't separate my department, but it allows you to put each department on a separate. And I do that when I'm giving the departments their copy. And apparently still have that little check mark there. That's something. Yeah. The light that you're talking about, yeah. You know, the food is in this children that
Yeah. So. It's very quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like, she was like, I don't know, she's doing the same thing. No.
Yeah, purchase orders. This is the sheriff's phone bill and, and then exoneration. And
She's like, I wish it would, but then what else is I will.
now will that all sometimes in straight are much yours. Did you know that interest from ARPA to pay, went into general county and that waive or?
I just figured we would meet it, sit there until we got to the end, just in case there was.
I know you mentioned it a couple times. Yes.
You're just as hungry as I am about.
I'll be the boss. One thing for days, not looking for.
Haven't been down there to get it.
Like little bars now.
Go over here. Yeah. You don't know.
She don't have sugar. Didn't she?
The meeting over.
Yeah, they're just on those things already.
Did you, see where a couple of our students passed away?
Was one of them,
There's two,
who are they?
Hoffbauer.
Yeah, I heard about
And there
him.
was a girl just died, can't remember her name, I never knew her.
Is it on Facebook?
Yep.
Well, see, I don't get that, so, but I did hear about,
I forget what her name was. I recognized her face, partly. And they had a younger picture over than older. So,
I'll have to check that out somehow. See who it is. She lives here around here.
yeah,
Oh,
she graduated 69.
yeah, well, then, if she lives around here, then I can just check out the funeral.
She'll be in one of the, they said this way, funeral home,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I forget what her name was. Can't remember names anymore.
Yeah. I didn't see the one they formed.
Yeah,
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
See you guys.
Hey, well, hold on a minute, Jason.
Yeah.
He was-
Are you the only one on that? Hey, Jason, Thursday evening, if you
Yeah.
get home, Gordon Brubaker is having a meeting up here at his church with Board of Education is supposed to be there. So if you wanna show up at 5 o'clock, he'd like for some of us to show up.
Okay. My wife's part of that committee.
Yeah, I know she should do those when I'm. And are there any way that, could you come up? No. All right.
It's in the evening
Huh?
to do what?
Thursday, well, they won't give a report of the ARPA funds of the.
We'll talk about this offline.
Yes, sir. I'm good, very good with that.
She was only enough to, put a motion on exonerations and states and middles and then better.
Where is the states? Oh, there. If there's any way, yeah, that's why I didn't want to say too much. I texted him and see if it was all right to announce that, but he didn't say. You see where Parks and Rec lost $7,000?
So do you have,
Yeah.
do you have? As I say, as soon as she get done recording. Do you have this then? Cause Sandra said she didn't have it last time, but
She has it now.
she has it now, okay.
How close are you, Jason?
Oh, I got, I think 10 hours.
Oh,
To get home?
Yeah.
Oh.
are you driving all the way through or are you stopping?
We'll probably stop. I was going to drive all the way through, but yeah, 10 hours, 9 hours and 58 minutes.
Oh,
So what state are you in?
We're in a state of confusion. No, I'm in Tennessee, about 40 miles outside of Nashville.
The Blue Green Parkway?
Yeah, we'll go up Kentucky 65 Bluegrass Parkway,
Grass
come
Parkway.
across. Yeah.
Made that trip many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only been done. Pigeon Forge. I've not done nothing.
Well, if it's Lucas Parkway, you do not want to be going west in the evening, because the sun sets right on the horizon.
Yes.
It still looks pretty light where you are, Jason.
It is. It's still pretty. It's whatever. It's 5:20 here.
Oh, yeah, you never has.
Funny what an hour does. Which I guess is the building there wouldn't look super dark here.
It got dark quick.
Are they?
It's amazing. It's amazing when one of us is missing from the meeting, how fast we get through the meeting.
Yeah, what do you think it is? That's odd.
I don't know.
There really wasn't as much.
There wasn't a lot on here. A lot of the stuff on here went fast.
It was actually nice going the last minutes. Sorry, Dutch.
Okay. I can miss more.
I do feel like I'm lost though without being here. I do.
You weren't even on the Zoom, were you?
No, I wouldn't even Zoom.
Did you watch the commission meeting since then?
No.
Oh, well, see, that would be beneficial though, because the fact that it's recorded, you can.
Yeah, but you know how hard it is to, like, when I miss a meeting, I put it on YouTube in my office and then I just hit play and pause as I'm doing stuff and as I'm walking in and out, but like, it's not like you sit in an office all day to play and pause and. So I tell you what, it's painful to sit through one of those 3 or 4 hour videos, painful.
Do it every, Just did 5 cents a minute over the last 4 days, so
Yeah,
I tried to do them at home or with notes and recordings and.
well, and when I miss and I listen to the meetings back, I'm like yelling at the screen, like, no, read the note. I said in the note, you guys are not reading between the lines. Like that last one with the panic bar and the access control, and you all start talking about the mag lock and the key fob. I'm like, that's what that says. I said I already looked at that. This is 2 weeks later. It's too late.
Now, this is Friday, we got a meeting on it, 10 o'clock, we'll get it, right? I done it for Joe. Monday, I gotta write that down, cause I'll forget it. I'll forget that, I got so much going on.
Yeah. You know, we really should, look at the recent of those purchase order limits. $1,000 is not really anything anymore.
What was it, Austin Powers, $1 million. That's nothing.
Yeah. I didn't get into Grill Club for a long time, local truck outfitters.
Huh? Oh crap, I thought that was yours.
No, I just wanted to see them.
Oh, that's his too. Is it
Yeah.
yours? Oh, this is yours, sorry.
Oh, I thought Roger did that.
What's that?
Puts the brush cards on.
What's your name?
That's not a bad place on that.
Maybe he's starting to be probably like, had some house do that for it.
Anything.
All that stuff myself.
Who is Jedidiah Odom?
Again, he works in the assessor's office and has been an employee for over a year.
They call her Jazzy though.
Okay, so that, alright. Somehow got that name for some reason.
One thing, I know we got a lot of stuff going on in my office at all times, but birthdays is something that's important, so I had already. Back, I guess 2 years ago, when we did the health insurance, we had to list everybody's birthdays. And we used that as a base to keep track of everybody's birthdays. We needed to update the list though, so we're keeping an ongoing list of posting birthdays on that bulletin board in my office. And in the break room, so we don't miss anybody's birthday.
Oh. I did see it on your office when I walked out.
Yeah. Cause we missed some of the new people when I used the old list and I felt bad because I thought, well, they're already new and I didn't want to feel not welcome, you know, by thinking, oh, well, we didn't celebrate their birthday. So we made sure we're gonna keep it updated so we don't miss anybody.
You can take all of them.
These radios, I'm surprised you all didn't have a heart attack when you looked at the price.
I did.
But they, I got a quote from our local vendor. And so one of the fire departments down south got an AFG grant and bought a whole boatload of these, so they got to do a state contract on them. And this same radio, that's 800, would be 7,000 if I bought it from my normal vendor. So it was,
I'd like to know why that stuff's so expensive.
Which I say,
Hmm?
same report, it just made it wrong.
Oh, okay. What's that?
That same report, he looked at us, and he doesn't see it.
Do you need one of these, Lauren?
No, what? Glad you mentioned those, records management, cause I'll try and get those on the table. They've been paid yet.
Oh,
Move furniture for M&T Bank?
not for, from. They might have read for, but it was from.
Okay.
M&T gave us a whole bunch of furniture for the. They are remodeling, so we got like 10 waiting room chairs, conference room table, a whole bunch of stuff that we put into the new rooms over at the courthouse.
Okay. Yeah, he put four, move furniture forward.
And that was from.
M on that.
Yeah, we are in the business of moving things forward, for profit businesses.
Yeah, when they were coming in, like people were coming and going, and I should have had it done before and had people writing in and out. So at first it was like, you know, I keep track, oh yeah, they came in, well, then I'm following week. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, what did they do? So we were sitting there trying to figure out who was doing what. I'll make it work.
Yeah, I definitely need that, because that report was actually already due, and I just saw it on the board.
Them too.
Oh, you're signing?
Double check,
Yeah.
yeah, double check everything.
Oh, I do, right? Cause I don't wanna have to make it come back just to see.
Well- If I do, I do.
Well, I don't like to make it come in just for that.
Oh,
So how much does Tracy love the pleasure of spending 20 hours in the car with you and several of those hours being occupied by listening to a bunch of people talk?
Well, I have my headphones in, so she
Oh.
didn't have to listen to you guys. We're used to it. It's been a good little break to get away. Only reason why I'm driving is because I'm pulling a trailer back this time from Texas.
Really cool, what?
Furniture and stuff that was donated to the ministry.
Okay.
Yeah.
make a motion to pay the bills. I'll second that. And also I'll make a motion, we accept the exonerations in the estates. I'll second that. And I'll make a motion, we adjourn then. I will second that. Okay.
I agree.